Namaskara and welcome everyone to this week's Har Ghar Crore weekly live Q&A session. If you've ever wondered where to safely park your money for a few months, whether it's for an upcoming expense, a rainy day or just to avoid splurging that bonus, then today's theme is for you. We call it Smart Term Parking or Smart Parking. Manage your short-term money skills. And to guide us today is someone who needs no introduction. Financial economist, advisor and to thousands of investors and founder of Fingyan Academy, Mr. Mohan Krishnarao. So welcome once again.
Thank you, Niti, and to all the viewers, very warm welcome, and I am looking forward to take your questions.
Okay, sir, I'll jump right in. So these are the questions that people have been wondering for weeks, right? So my first question starts with a statement. That is, emergency fund is not just an investment, it is an insurance for peace of mind. So this line hit me really hard. Why do you think most people ignore this, and how can we change the mindset to actually, build a emergency fund?
That's very well said, Niti, and let me start this with first telling that why are we talking about this emergency fund.
Okay.
In fact, if you see in our weekly theme for this week, particularly in our Har Ghar Crore Facebook community, where every day we post something interesting about the weekly theme, so that in 7 days we are in a position to understand one topic very well, not just understand but also implement it in life with a small activity and actually make sure that you know that this is how things work.
Yes.
And I have learnt a new skill today.
Okay.
And in fact, on that area, this week we are talking about short-term money skills.
Yes.
And right from Monday onwards, today we are on Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that theme is running in our Facebook community.
Yes.
And since it is on Facebook and people sometimes they watch regularly, sometimes they miss a lot of things. And we thought we will cover this section in the first 5-10 minutes so that we give a clear picture of what we are talking about on this week, especially in our Facebook community.
Yes.
And the theme is short-term skills, and if you need money in less than 1 day, that's what we call emergency.
Yes.
And emergency don't come with an invitation.
True.
It just happens.
Yes.
Suddenly something happens and somebody falls sick, or you lose a job, or the money crisis will come.
Yes.
And in fact, many people throughout their life, they live in crisis. And it's not that they don't earn. They earn very well, they're educated and they know about money, but still they ignore this one particular thing called you need to set aside. In fact, we know ants.
Yes.
Okay. So the ants are not developed like human beings. The brain is not developed so much, but they know that they have to save for the tough day.
True.
For the rainy season, they all work together and save something. That is actually the emergency fund.
Yes.
And but we people, when we are so educated and all this, we actually find ourselves startled and get into a situation of panic, lot of troubles that we go through, and we have to ask money with friends or somebody and somehow manage to arrange the money. That is the situation that most of the people get in, and to solve that situation it is very important to plan that emergency.
Yes.
In fact, in life, there are things that we know for sure will happen.
True.
And we also know that there are some things which will happen on its own. Unexpected things happen.
Yes.
And we have to plan for both these things, and that is very important as a skill. That is what we talk about in short-term money skill.
Yeah.
See, the first thing is the finance is not taught. It's not in our blood.
Yes.
It is just instinct. Finance or money or spending, anything is an instinct for us. We get salary on probably 1st of the month in multinational companies, maybe 5th or 10th in different companies.
Yeah.
And by the time it is 15th or 20th, most of our money is gone. And by the time we are in the last week, we have already started using our credit cards, and in between that, if there is a big spend that comes, so we get into panic. So why do people ignore? It is a problem of that this is not built in our psyche to actually see that there is proper planning done when it comes to money.
Yes.
Just imagine you are a Gen Z and suppose suddenly you get some 5 lakhs. What is the first thing that comes to your mind?
First, I would like to maybe buy something really nice or go on a holiday.
So the first thing that comes is how to spend, how to enjoy this money.
Yes.
It never comes that let me keep aside what if God forbid something happens and I should keep it safely in some place where I can access it anytime.
Yeah.
And that is let me plan this for emergency. Do you think anybody will do that?
Yeah, I guess that's just instinct.
So why people ignore is because that's an habit. Now habits are difficult to change.
Yes.
And that's our effort here in Har Ghar Crore. So the first thing that you need to do is that whatever money that you have, at least you have to set aside some money towards emergency.
Yeah.
Especially this is not for rich people. Rich people does not have emergencies. It is the middle class and the lower middle class, and emergencies come, and it is because that there is no planning and it is not built in our education system, and we are only trained to spend and enjoy and instant, we think probably if I have 5 lakhs, I would actually have a spending plan for 10 lakhs.
Yes.
I end up overbuying, overspending, and in that moment of joy. So it's important to bring that cycle.
Okay. So coming to the practical part, how much emergency fund is enough? Some people say 3 months, some people say 6 months. But what is the actual an approximate emergency fund that is required? And also, what is the best place to keep it so that it is safe and not just lying idle?
Yeah, this part is very, very important to know what you just asked. Where should you invest and what is the size of money that is required in an emergency?
Yes.
So the size of money depends on the type of emergency. If the emergency is, let's say, a break in job or break in salary, let's say somebody is working and suddenly, today anything can happen. And suddenly he is asked to leave and another 6 months he cannot find a job. So he should at least have 6 months amount of money that is required to run the family.
Yeah.
And ideally entire 1 year's kind of an expenditure depending on the risks in your job. If your job is highly risky and if it is unstable, then you might require at least 6 months to 1 year amount of money till you will be able to get a job and replace the money. You should not be living on debt just because you lost a job. So that will spiral into much more problems.
Yes.
So what is important is the size of the money depends on the individual. In general, at least 3 months salary.
Okay.
Or forget about salary if you are a businessman, at least 3 months of your business expense, 3 months of your house expense.
Yes.
Because whether you are in trouble or not, you have to pay salaries to your employees if you are a businessman, and you have to take care of, you have to run the house, you have to run the kitchen.
Yes.
So for which you can't say that let me go and find out and then panic and make some arrangement. So 3 months is a minimum, and depending on the type of job that you are in, depending on the type of emergencies that you can expect things to happen, then you should be planning for that larger. And coming into the question of where to keep this money. Should I put this money? In fact, traditionally, if you speak, all are the women of the family. They are very good in managing this for the emergency. In fact, they are the ones always come in handy when there is an emergency. You will never know how they will manage.
Yes.
And they would have, in our childhoods, we would know that our mothers and grandmothers would put money in the kitchen dabbas, and nobody would know where they are keeping it. And suddenly, when there is a big problem in the family, actually they'll break it open and bring and solve the problem.
Yes.
And is that the way? If someone asks, probably not, because that is the older method, and a lot of such people who have kept money in the kitchen boxes and the dabbas during the demonetization. They could not actually, they forgot where they have kept, and maybe they didn't check, and that will happen. And what is the best way to keep the money for emergency? In fact, what we suggest is, let me also show you. In fact, I should not simply give an answer, but I have to give you a tool where you can go and actually keep the emergency money.
Okay.
And the best solution is, there is a tool called Rupee. There is a platform. Basically, let me show this screen. So if you go to rupeerakshak.com, that discover page, so there is a way you can search. if I am searching as emergency, there is an emergency fund. You click on that view button, so you will be able to see this is the emergency fund.
Yes.
So where to keep my money? Not in the kitchen dabba, not anywhere else. You have to keep your money in this emergency fund.
Okay.
So the question is, what is this fund? Who is taking my money and who will give back in my emergency?
Yeah.
In fact, this is a mutual fund. And for people, let me make it very simple. Lot of people think mutual fund means it is stock equity mutual funds.
Yeah.
Actually, mutual fund does not mean it is equity mutual funds.
Okay.
Equity means mutual funds that invest in the stocks.
Yeah.
But there are mutual funds that invest in FD like products.
Okay.
We call that as debt.
Debt. Yeah.
Okay. So FD like products, there are FDs for 90 days. There are FD for 15 days. We call commercial papers,
Okay.
treasury bills. These are all big words. But basically it's FD for 10 days, 15 days, which only large money with corporates take and they
Okay.
keep and give interest.
Okay.
And what mutual funds do is they collect all this money and keep it in that and give the returns to the small investor. Even if you have 5,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, you should put this money in the emergency fund.
Okay.
In fact, if you check this link what we have given, it is there. All this information is there. What is this emergency fund, how it works, and you can actually do even 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh, 2 lakh. Good thing is you can do it even for 3 days, 7 days. And your money will never go negative.
Got it.
It is as safe as your bank FD and gives almost the same returns like bank FD. You can expect about 0.5% per month.
Okay.
And it is not in your bank, so you don't spend it.
Yeah.
It is in your own online mutual fund account, and these are called liquid funds.
Okay.
Traditionally, it is called liquid fund. Otherwise, current name is low duration fund.
Okay.
This is a link that we have given. It's not that you have to buy only here. In fact, today is a chat GPT era and AI era. So if you search for what are low duration funds and where to find them, anywhere you can buy.
Yeah.
But if I say you will get it everywhere, you will get confused.
Yes.
So that's why we are giving a link in the description. So if this is most important for everybody, irrespective of whether you are a small earner or a big earner, whether you are a poor guy or a rich guy, emergencies will come for everybody. So what is important that you have to put money here and there are no commissions in this.
Okay.
And why people don't sell? Usually lot of mutual fund advisors don't sell this. I mean majority of them don't sell this because there are no commissions in this.
Yeah.
So we are in this education area, so we are here to make sure you use maximum things that are available. So that is what is emergency fund, and it is very simple. You connect your online account, bank account, and you can simply do your UPI. All things are there on the platform. So you can simply invest whenever you want. You can withdraw also. Within 1 day you will get back the money.
Okay. Great, sir. But the next one is a little scary. What if I lose my job and I don't have an emergency fund? How bad can that get? Because it is a very scary scenario. And how does early planning, help avoid this emotional and financial panic?
See, what we normally say is after the crisis, it is very difficult. One is there is a money pressure, then there is a psychologically you are down.
Yeah.
And when you are under stress, you will do more wrong things.
Yes.
So best thing is to plan for it before it happens.
Okay.
So what should you do? If you are earning 20,000 or 50,000 or 1 lakh, whatever be your salary, at least 10-20% of that set aside, do an SIP.
Okay.
Just like your EMI, you can do an SIP in this low duration fund which I just explained.
Yeah.
And at least if you do 5,000 rupees, there is 60,000 rupees.
Yes.
Today, tell me what people use for the emergencies. They will use credit cards.
Yeah.
And credit cards charge you 3% interest per month.
Okay.
So if you swipe 30,000 rupees, per month interest is 3%. Then if you don't pay it in time, there is a penalty, and that it becomes minimum. You have to pay only 5% of the capital.
Yeah.
People don't pay capital because there is no compulsion. So they will. For emergency, they'll use one's credit card, and then it becomes a habit. That it's an easy money and I don't have to worry. So they'll, like I said, the instant gratification and go and splurge. So they do that with credit card, and then to pay that credit card, they will take a personal
Another
loan.
loan, yeah.
And to pay that personal loan, they will spend all their salaries and make banks very profitable.
Got it.
Unfortunately, their families suffer.
Yeah.
So it all starts with emergency. So what I would suggest is, don't take this lightly. This is very, very important, irrespective of whatever be your life stage or income. It is very important to set aside some money, especially for the youngsters.
Yeah.
Who have lot of responsibility and dependence in the family. It is very important to set aside some money, plan in advance, so that what you said, that scariest thing does not happen. Whether it could be break in the job, or it could be a health issue, or any kind of a thing that happens in the family, you need to have emergency fund, which is replacement for your credit card.
Got it. That was very informative. But sir, moving on, I know that my insurance premiums will come. I will have school fees. I will have EMIs in the near future, right? But yeah, that is not a surprise, but it feels like one. So is there any structural way to create, a fund just meant for such annual expenses?
In fact, it is very good question. And the same liquid funds which I talked about, the low duration funds, the mutual fund schemes that invest in this treasury bills and CPs, the short term instruments which has a fixed interest. So this is actually used even for annual expenses.
Okay.
So we know that the school fees, if I have one kid or two kid, I know that 2.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs, by the time it is April or May, I have to pay them.
Yes.
And be it your taxes, be it your property taxes, your health insurance premiums, life insurance premiums. So if you actually take all your annual expenses, that's what we do in lot of planning when we do for clients, when we advise them. The first thing we do is, what is your total annual expense? Let's say I am paying 3 lakhs towards let's say education fees, school fees, and another 2-3 lakhs I am spending on travel once in a year, and I am spending so many things, so it comes to about 6 lakhs. Now if my annual expense is 6 lakhs, I should set aside 50,000 rupees from my salary every month towards the annual expense. Yes. In the same fund. So what we have done, though the underlying is same, we have, let me also show you. If I type annual expense fund, there is an annual expense fund already available in this link. So if you click on that, you will be able to actually transfer, set up an SIP for exactly whatever money that you require end of the year. And it will not be exactly in the month of April. Let's say you have done it for last 12 months. Now once you have done 50,000, you already have 6 lakhs lying in your account. Yes. And that, suppose there is a insurance premium to be paid in the month of December. Yes. You just pull it out and you will get it in less than a day. And there are no transaction charges. There is no, the fee is almost zero. Yeah. Because this is all short-term funds, and there is no expenses, big expenses in the fund. So it is very useful. In fact, lot of corporates and maybe the company that lot of people work in, their they have to pay salaries. Yes. So they always keep 3 months salary in these liquid funds. Okay. Okay. The large corporates, and anybody who has got crores of rupees, it makes a big difference to them. And they don't just keep it in the savings bank, they always keep it in this low duration funds, or also called the liquid funds. Got it. So it gives you an accrued interest every month. Let's say if you have 10 lakh, 0.5% is what you get in a month. But it is not for the month, it is per day divided by 30 days. So even on a Saturday and Sunday, your money will grow by whatever amount. Got it. Say somebody who has 10 lakhs simply lying in a bank, if he simply puts it in this low duration fund, imagine it gives you 5,000 rupees for the a month. Yeah. It is a good money. Why should you not get it? Yes, definitely. And more so, in your annual expenses are there, it also grows over a period of time, whatever that you are setting aside. At the same time, you have easy access to that money. Got it. Okay, so I guess I have one last question to ask. Let's say I receive a bonus or I sell something, and I know I will need that money in 6 months down the line. Okay, so is there a smarter place to park this particular surplus money, and which earns some interest rather than just lying down in a savings bank account? Exactly. That's what you are talking about, smart parking.
Yes.
In fact, this is exactly the theme that we are running in our Har Ghar Crore community education, that short-term money skills. If I have money for short period, where should I park it?
Yes.
I sold a property and I got the money and I have to buy another property.
Yes.
And I was not yet finalized which should be the property, because even if you have to buy, it will take some time.
True.
Only on the registration day, when your everything is fine, that is when you give the DD.
Yes.
And till such time, let's say someone is sitting on 70 lakhs or 1 crore or 1.5 crores in the bank account for 3 months.
Okay.
And imagine if this 1 crore is kept in parking fund.
Okay.
And it gives 0.5%. In 3 months, you would have made 1.5 lakhs on 1 crore.
Yeah.
And that is not small money. You would have
That's good
taken
money.
care of your brokers 1% commission also.
True, true.
So 3 months is a long period for a liquid fund, and it will for a larger the money, it is important that you don't keep it idle. You should park it, and where to park it is a question. Again, I would go back to the screen where we have this. If you search parking fund, in fact, for you to make it easy, we have given the link itself. So if you click on this link, there is a parking fund.
Okay.
That link is given,
Okay.
and there is no cost attached to it. Like I said, again, it is a same low duration liquid fund. It's question of how do you use it.
Yes.
So if it is available, not now, it is available ever since mutual fund industry started in India, but nobody knows it.
Yes.
In fact, when we last week when we were discussing for one of the client, he was sitting on close to about 1.5 crores from last 3 months.
Okay.
After we told him, and he couldn't believe, is it possible? Is there such a thing? And we are really fools if we don't know that.
Yes.
And he did that last week, and already in 1 week he has seen at least 10,000-20,000 rupees for a large money.
Got it, got it.
So money is like a transformer.
Yes.
If you have 200 watts and you don't use the power, it goes waste.
Yeah.
So you should put it to work. So it is important that if you have money even for 1 week, but bigger the money, more than 50,000, 1 lakh, don't keep it just like that in the bank. Of course, banks would not like if I say this, but unfortunately, I am interested in people's wealth to increase, and do not idle your money in SB account or current accounts. You have to park it in parking fund, which is basically a low duration mutual fund. In fact, the whole effort of this week learning theme is only on this, in terms of helping people to know that there is a place, there is a link, just understand, and there are people to support. If you are not comfortable with online transactions, but you should get comfortable because it's the need of the hour.
Yes.
You have to have confidence in the systems and the platforms and the new India digital story, and it is very safe. So we recommend that people use this and learn this knowledge, apply this. So somebody watching this video and they explore and start putting the money, let's say next 1 week, if they make little bit extra, I think we have done our job. That's what we feel.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much. I think you've made this particular topic super clear for all our viewers. So moving on to all our members watching us live, now it's your turn. We'll be spending the next 10 to 15 minutes answering your questions that are submitted through the daily Ask Google forms on topics like investing, insurance, taxes, or anything that you're facing financially this week. So let's dive in. Let me just read out the questions that I have received. So the first question is, my friend is trading from FNO calls given by one of the top banking brokers. He says that he is getting a good profit. He says the minimum capital is 10 lakhs. Should I also explore?
And first and foremost, this is an FNO trading. So you need to know how these futures and options work, because if he is making good profit, I do not know, the lot of information that is lacking in this question, that what is the size of money that his friend is doing this trading, and what kind of profits he has made in what period.
Okay.
So this is very important. If any trading strategy is working, beyond 6 months, we are talking from the experience, and that if it is working and making consistent profits, that means either the strategy has to be superhuman and extraordinary, or the person who is actually making that profits has to be superhuman.
Got it.
So we would garland him and call him and give him crores of rupees to generate it for all of us.
Got it.
But we don't find any such persons.
Okay.
Now, if it works, let's say someone has put 10 lakhs and if he has made 50,000, 1 lakh or 2 lakhs in 3 months,
Yeah.
please watch for another 3 months. Ask the question, whoever has raised this question, to be in touch with his friend for
Okay.
another 3 months. Unfortunately, the another phase also will come
Okay.
in trading,
Okay.
where he would lose 5, 6 lakhs on 10 lakhs.
Okay.
So, what is very, very important is, if you are doing any trading without the knowledge of the trading, it is a very, very serious problem, because futures and options are leveraged products.
Got it.
And leverage means when you profit for 1 rupee, you will make 10 rupee profit. For 1 rupee, you will make 10 rupee loss.
Okay.
In fact, only because of this reason, SEBI came up with a very stringent guidelines
Okay.
to stop retailers from trading in FNO in terms of increasing the capital requirement.
Got it.
So there were almost 90% of the volumes. In fact, we were bigger than the US in FNO, the Indian FNO market.
Okay.
So if you actually look at global markets, even in US markets, the FNO trading is not even 10 to 15% of the overall trading activity. Majority of the trades happen only in the underlying, that is the equities or the stocks.
Got it.
The FNO trade in India was 9 times higher than what was happening in the stocks.
Okay.
And majority of the people were retailers, small trade time people with 1 lakh rupees, 10,000, 20,000. Either you make it 20,000 or you lose that entire 10,000. With that mindset they come, and sometimes they make profits, sometimes they lose profits. So it is very, very dangerous. I would suggest, if you actually happen to Google what is futures and what is options, try and understand what exactly, how it works and what are the nitty-gritties, and whether you will be able to get those jargons.
Got it.
And if you are very good in mathematics, if you are very good in statistics, then probably you should explore those. In fact, we run our trading sessions.
Okay.
We do a trading course.
Okay.
To teach one strategy, it takes 45 days. To teach, not to learn.
Okay.
To learn, it will take another 2 years, and to master it, it will take 5 years.
Got
So
it.
you should know how tough it is, the market.
Yes.
So the market is like God, you cannot know it. So to learn one, to teach, we take 45 days. We have this, if you go to mqedu.in, there is a intraday course. So if you have to take that course, one strategy 45 days you have to do every day and get it reviewed from the trainer and see whether you are following the rules or not.
Okay.
So if you are talking about, if you don't know even stock trading, you should never attempt FNO trading.
Got it.
So it is like, without even doing a 10th pass, you are trying to do a PhD.
Got it.
And you are sure to lose irrespective of whatever be your initial success.
Okay. So I hope your questions have been answered. Let's move on to the next question. This is from the insurance category. So the question goes like this. My bank manager is asking me to buy an insurance policy for 1 lakh for 5 years. He says after 15 years I will get 40 lakhs. Should I buy it?
My God. Okay. The first and foremost, in any insurance policy, it is for everybody, not only, thanks for someone who has asked this question. For everybody, it is very important to know, not only in insurance, in any investment products, there is nothing like a guarantee.
Got it.
There is nothing like, I can tell you, if you give me 1 lakh rupees for the next 5 years, how much I will give you. If I tell you any amount, it is a lie.
Yeah.
So that is the first knowledge which is important to know. Irrespective of whether it is the owner of the insurance company also comes and tells you, it is a lie. The fact of the matter is, nobody knows what will be the growth of your money. Forget about after 5 years, no one can tell you after 7 days.
Yeah.
It all depends on various factors that are working in the market, be it economy, GDP, or whatever is the charges, how much money is actually going in for investments. So if someone says you give me 1 lakh for 5 years, I'll give you 40 lakhs after 20 years, that's not the truth. That could be a sales talk. So we say that in sales,
Yeah.
people will just, because people cannot understand what is the rate of growth, what is the calculation. In fact, for the same thing, something interesting we are doing in the next week.
Okay.
Of course, you are going to announce
Yes.
that for the next week theme is going to be on this. So if you know what is the rate of return that is required for 1 lakh in 5 years to become 40 lakhs in 15 years, you yourself would not believe that it is possible. So any unexpected returns and projections that anybody who sells this investment product, if they give, we have a specific section, ask before you buy. In this group Har Ghar Crore, you should ask, and some of the things I do not know what exactly is the policy and what is the commitment. So you should check the policy conditions.
Okay.
So you should know what is written in the policy document. If you find that from the official statements, official brochure of the insurance company, that it says I will give you 40 lakhs, please share it in our group. I will be the first person to invest.
Got it. So I hope the person who has asked this question is now aware that this is not a good idea to do, to go forward with. So the next question I have is on property. So the question goes like this: I have an outstanding balance of 10 lakhs on my home loan and another 2 years to clear, paying 70k EMI for a 65 lakh loan. I have 10 lakh surplus. Should I clear the loan or should I continue the EMI?
Okay, very interesting question. In fact, this is the dilemma for a lot of people that we see, that I am almost coming to the end of my tenure for housing loan. It has been a kind of headache every month. This EMI comes and goes, my salary doesn't stay. So let me get rid of all these loans. So
Yeah.
people have this thought that I want to be debt free.
Yes.
So anyway I have 10 lakhs, my outstanding is 10 lakhs. Should I invest 10 lakhs or should I clear the loan?
Clear.
That is the question.
Yeah.
So this has some amount of calculation that needs to be done, some
Okay.
questions that we need to ask, little more details. Now since he is saying the only last 2 years of spending for the EMIs, so you need to see what is your immediate requirement. If it is psychologically satisfying for you to clear the loan and feel good, you should go ahead and clear the loan. But from financial point of view, what makes sense? The one is emotional decision, other is an objective decision.
Okay.
If I clear this loan of 10 lakh rupees, is it profitable decision for me? Or if I continue the EMI and invest this 10 lakhs for 2 years somewhere else, where I get the next amount of return, whether that is profitable.
Got it.
Now, if you are giving the bank about 8.5% kind of interest, and if you can generate 10, 11, 12% interest in any investment product, it makes sense. And if you are sure about that, you have the right advisor and the right kind of requirement knowledge matching and the right product, then you should go ahead and actually invest it.
Okay.
And don't think that you have a loan. See, as long as you have 10 lakhs, as long as your outstanding is 10 lakhs, actually it is zero.
Okay.
If I have 10 lakhs in an investment, be it mutual funds or stocks, and it is not coming down the price, and I have 10 lakhs in loan, actually I am not having 10 lakhs loan.
Got it.
So the maths tell you that you are zero debt. But it's a emotional thing for people. So you can get into a free consultation. In fact, we are doing this a special thing for all the people who join the Facebook group, that we give them one free consultation.
Okay.
On anything that they can choose and come on a Google Meet, and they can choose the date and time for their convenience and book that slot, and an expert will come and understand exactly, because answering lot of things on finance in an open public forum is difficult. Neither we can only do generalized things.
Yes,
it
true.
is more for awareness. And there can be very specific requirement, and there is a specific product that matches that that can solve the problem.
Got it.
Be it taxation, be it property, be it insurance, be it any of the problem, whatever is your burning problem that you have right now on your investment. So you should join first this Har Ghar Group community. Only if you join, you will get this option of getting a free consultation.
Okay, great, sir. So coming to my next question, I have been doing an SIP of 15K for the last 5 years. It has given me good returns. I am in need of money to buy a plot. I need to sell all of my holdings. Is it a good decision to sell?
Okay, so it is an accumulation of 5 years of savings.
Yes.
And it has given good returns, and you have a need for money. So you are asking me whether I should exit this, and is it a good decision or a bad decision?
Yeah.
It also depends on what is your next step. If you are investing, getting maybe whatever is your accumulation, could be 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, whatever, which you are reinvesting somewhere.
Yeah.
Or is this for expenditure? So the question is depending upon what are you taking this out and what are you going to do with that money.
Yeah.
So if we have clarity on what he is going to do with that money, then it becomes easy to answer whether it's a good decision or not. Nevertheless, in general, if you are talking about, ideally you should not take out your savings, because your savings are required, especially I also don't know what is the age of the person. So it is required for your old age. Your savings is, like I said about ants,
Yes.
for the tough season, that our tough season is when we are old and we cannot earn any more money, and
Yeah.
we can't do any physical work and earn money. That is when I need lots of money to take care of me for rest of my life. Maybe
Yes.
today life expectancy has gone up, so it's more like my retirement income.
Yes.
So I need to get, without working, some money for my life, maybe from 50 or 60 till whatever I live, 70, 80, for which I should save continuously. Lot of people, when they are in trouble, they will take loan from PF,
Yes.
they will take loan from their pension policy, they will take loan from insurance policy, they will take loan and they will sell, because insurance they cannot sell, thus they will take loan.
Yeah.
But mutual funds you can sell. But what is doing well, you should not, unless it is a burning problem for you, you should not do. Second thing is, you should not stop at least the next continuous monthly investments.
Got it.
So what I would suggest is, if it is a bigger problem for you, then you can use that money obviously, but you should continue to save for your future. Don't stop that saving of 5,000 rupees. Also, again, if you get into a consultation, free consultation, it would be easy to ask more specific questions and give the right answer.
Got it, sir. So coming to the last question, it's on gold. So here it goes. All my friends are talking about buying gold. I also want to buy gold, but I can afford only 2K per month. Is there any way I can buy gold?
Today gold is touching 10,000 rupees per
Yes.
gram, and you have 2,000 rupees. What to do?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we have a solution. In fact, why 2,000 rupees? If you have even 500 rupees, there is a way that you can buy gold. Only thing is, the percentage, the grams will be in milligrams, doesn't matter, but you can still buy gold.
Gold, still
Whatever
gold.
appreciation
Yeah.
is possible in gold price, you can still get for your 300 rupees and 400 rupees.
Got it.
So this can be done using this gold ETF. We
Okay.
call that as gold exchange traded fund. So it is available. Maybe we will also put it in the link.
Okay.
So you can explore that gold fund, and
Yeah.
you can invest. As only thing is, you need to have a broking account.
Got it.
So you need to have an account with any of the stockbroker. So you can buy gold. That's a digital gold, and you will not get the gold back. If you want to have 5 grams of gold after, and you have bought every month little and you accumulate, you won't get, but equivalent value of money is what you will get when you sell this ETF units. So gold can be bought even for lesser money. Please do go ahead and buy it.
Okay. So here you have your answer on whether to buy gold or not. So thank you, sir. I hope that all our responders have gotten satisfactory answers and are made aware of what they should do, whether they should go ahead or whether they should not. So before we wrap up, here's your sneak peek for the next Thursday's theme, that is numerical skills. Know your returns, beat inflation. We'll cover how to calculate real returns, understand CAGR, avoid being fooled by percentages. So mark your calendars. Keep asking your questions, that is daily questions, and take action on every day, because real wealth is built step by step. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and stay in the group. Namaskara. Jai Hind.